Welcome back to Do-It-Myself Garage. Well, we've got another repair on the Mitsubishi here. Let me show you what we got going. If I press the lock button, nothing happens. You can look over there, unlock, lock, but this one won't move. So I've determined that it is the mechanism inside the door, the electronic part that is actually bound up. So let's go ahead and get this tore apart and replace it. I already bought a replacement actuator. There is a Phillips screw behind the door handle to get that one out. Once that screw is out, this thing should pull out at an angle. And pull this out. There's another screw down inside the door handle pull, down in there. Then there are a few more screws. There's one here on the front, two more on the sides, and then the bottom just pulls off. You just pull out, it's like those Christmas tree type retainers, and then the whole door panel slides up out of the slot. This just has little caps on these. You can just pop them off with a flat screwdriver most of the time. Gosh, the last time I did this, they were a lot looser. And they're just kind of pressed. The whole thing is just kind of held in there by the screw. Okay, so now that all those are out, the bottom of the door should just pull out. Mine will probably pull a little easier because I've had it off here once before when I was investigating this, but maybe not. Okay, there we go. And then the whole thing lifts up. Make sure you got to clear the handle here. And then there is a plug-in for these, for the switches here. So don't just yank it out of here. We're going to have to unplug that so we can get this thing out of the way. Alright. So there's that connector. That should just wiggle out of there. And then that way I can work on this without this door panel in the way. Alright. I've decided not to disconnect that. I just kind of stood it up there. You can see I can get to the mechanism here. Goes all the way down in. The piece I need is down inside of there. I had already cut this out before. Otherwise, normally this will have plastic over it. I had cut that out before because I was trying to get to this to see what I needed to do. Alright, before I get too far here, I can see the mechanism here. And then it goes all the way over here, down inside. I already cut that chunk out there so I could see what I was doing before to verify that it was actually this mechanism that was locked up, and it was. Alright, so I did roll the window up all the way so I can get the electrical. You gotta take these 3 bolts out here. The piece that I bought actually is not only the electronic mechanism, it's actually the door latch too. So I'm gonna be getting a whole new piece of this. So take these 3 bolts out, and then this whole thing should come out of here, give or take, having to disconnect the little arms and stuff. Let me see, move to the other side if you can get a better view. Not much to see here, other than I'm going to take these 3 bolts out. Those are in there fairly stiff, so you might need a ratchet to get them started. It is a T30. I could probably use the drill now if I wanted to, but they're coming out fast enough, and they're not very long screws. And maybe removing that would have been a better idea. I don't know. So by doing that, I did pretty much loosen this whole thing up. You got to remember there's 2 more rods. There's one for the handle and one for the door lock with the key. So basically you got to do the same thing with those little clips on the back side of this piece. So I'm going to reach down in there, and I'll basically have to show you afterwards what to look for. Alright, I'm going to show you after the fact what I did here, but I believe I got it loose. I had to take a bolt loose on the bottom to get the rail loose. Then you have to break all the clips loose, not break them, but so on the other ones where I twisted them, I had to twist them also, except for the top one for the latch. I really had to pry on that. I didn't break it, but there's no way it was good for it. So anyway, now this mess should come out of here. No, it's not going to come out pretty, but it'll come out. The rods are all loose. Now it's just a matter of fishing it out of here. Here's the part I was talking about. I kind of forced that out of there. I don't know how else you get it out of there. Oh, hopefully it works when I'm done and I don't have problems with my door latch falling apart. Alright, let me get this guy out of the way. Stay out of the way, buddy. Really don't want to take them apart completely. You know how things are. Once you have them apart, they never quite go back together. There we go. Pretty sure I showed I unplugged that one wire here. I don't know if that was for the windows or for the door. Find out in a second. When I pull this up, I'm having a hard time pulling this up, so I'm wondering if the wires are still attached. They are. The wires are still attached at the bottom. Great. How are you supposed to do that? I'm going to have to take this panel off of here now. Probably should have done that to start with. Alright, so I got that Seraphim piece out of here. Unfortunately, it's not bolted in. It has a couple of screws, so I basically destroyed it getting it out, but I'm sure it's just there for sound deadening. Alright, now I should be able to reach up under here, unplug the electronics properly. Oh yeah, you can see it right around the corner here. Just push the little button in. Yep. She's coming. She's coming. Okay, I got it off. So this upper one, I'm going to plug him back in. That upper one did not need to be unplugged. So that's good to know. No need to unplug him. For now. Alright, so now that that's unplugged, with any luck, this whole miserable thing will come out of here. You know what? If I can get these rods off of here, it might make my job a little easier. They both have the little orange clips on them. They tell me that they should come off. If a guy can just push on them proper. That rod. The bottom rod comes out on the top, and the top rod comes out on the bottom. Just for reference. Okay. There we go. And I know this one rod doesn't come off at all because it's already mounted on the new one. Alright, holy cow. Is that ever a pain to get out of there? Okay. Now, then this piece is like a, yeah, that piece just clips in there. Supposed to protect all this? I'm not sure. Alright, so this is the clip I was talking about that was on this rod that held in there. Just like that. Okay, so if you pry this apart, you can see where there's an interference fit there, if it'll ever focus in this year. So you can pry that apart. Alright, the cover that came on here, there's a little hook right here. Just put the hook in there. push it down, and then there's a little tab over here. If you get it right, there's a little tab right here where my finger is. It just kind of clips in there. That should hopefully stay together now when I put it back in the door. Let's get her back together. There's going to be a little bit of tricky stuff here. I got to get the rod. So here's one of the orange clips on the new one. I got to get the rod in that clip. And there were 2 clips. See, there's a clip there and a clip there. So there's a clip there. I don't see the other. I don't see the other clip. Doesn't come with a clip? Well, I'm going to have to take this one out then. I don't know if I showed this, but this back arm was not on here when I got this one. Maybe it fell off in the box. But put it on out here. Like this. It just slides right on. And then turn it and see how it's kind of interference. So now it can't fall off. That goes over the top of the other rod. Now all of this goes back together. Now we're ready to go back in the door. Okay, so this clip up in here, I had to take it off, put it through the hole on the arm, you know, on the actuator, not on the rod. Put it through the hole on there first, then push the rod in, then clip the back end together with the pliers. It was not easy getting in there with the pliers. But if you don't do that, you'll damage that. So push the plastic piece through the hole first, and then the metal rod through, which expands it, and then that's what holds the whole thing together. The back one, it's back behind there. Really hard to see. Let me move my light. The other one, the other latch is back there. I had popped that one off the rod before, so I got the rod in the hole. I just have to swing the red piece, the orange piece down to latch that in, and then we're good to go up on the top. I did end up fishing it through the top part here, not the bottom. I fished it through on top. So when that thing's fully assembled and that plastic piece isn't loose, it will fish in through the top here. Before I get too far here, I'm going to go ahead and plug myself in with the new piece. I never even checked to see if that was the same adapter, but everything else looks to be right. Oh yeah, it clicked right in there. So just get your rod down in there and push it in the hole. I left the orange piece off to the left there a little bit. I'm working on this one. And then just now pull that orange piece down, and that'll lock that rod in place. And that was the, remember the top clip is the bottom rod on the door. That should lock that in place. Same thing here. Fish the other rod in and make sure the orange piece is tilted so that when you push it in the hole that you can still swing that over and clip it. Alright, so I got those 3 bolts in there. Got the rods in here, all bolted up. Unlock, lock, unlock, and it's working. And you have to press unlock twice for the other side to unlock. Alright, so let's see first if I can get the door open. See if the striker lines up. Oh, beautiful. Lock. Unlock. Sweet. Alright, all I gotta do is just put this back together. This is the easy part now. I'm not going to worry about that foam at the bottom. Just sound deadening is all that is. Oh, I got to put my door track back in. Don't forget to do the window track. Almost forgot this window track. I had a part. So that would be bad. I probably would have broke my window. Slide him back up in there. Window track back where it should be. I'll test it out here in a minute and make sure I did it right. But I got to get this bolt back in down here, and we should be good. Okay, kind of run the window down really carefully. Yep. Okay. We clear there. All the electronics down here are clear. Like I say, I plugged that piece back in so I could test this. Now I just got to hang the door back on there. Now this upper part, this seal likes to slide. I had this off of here one other time before, looking at what was wrong with this. And this upper seal is really a pain. In fact, I think I had the window down the last time. And that worked the best to getting us in here. Gotta get that over that edge, and it's kind of a tight. Ow! 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 Got my fingers. All right, and then these clips, they're just push clips out on the bottom. Screw in the sides, screw in the handle. You're good to go. Make sure nothing unplugged while you were doing that. Make sure this goes up. We're good to go. All right, I won't bore you with the rest of that. All right, well, she's all back together. I've got a few things left to trim here to do. I'm not going to bother you with that. But we got a working door locks now. Hopefully my dash cam won't get stolen this time. When I park places, I can leave something in the car, not have to worry about it getting stolen immediately. But anyway, hopefully that was helpful. I couldn't find any other videos online that showed how to do that. I want to say it wasn't bad. Wasn't the easiest thing I've ever done, but step by step it wasn't terrible. Probably the biggest thing is watch that door handle latch. Try not to break that retainer clip, otherwise you might have some problems. Other than that, everything was fairly straightforward. Other than getting the piece out, I took a little wriggling to get that out of there. The new one went right in from the top, no problem. Anyway, thanks for following along, liking, subscribing, comments, all those things. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram also. I also have a website, DoItMyselfGarage.com, that I have all the projects and things that I'm working on, all the car shows that I'm going to with the GTO, and I'll post things on there, my most recent videos, things like that. Feel free to contact me through there. My contact information, my email, and my phone number are in there if you want to get a hold of me. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video, everybody. Bye.